YouTubers, gamers, and moviegoers, what's going on, guys? I'm the Messiah, this is Messiah Entertainment, and get ready to knock a show off of your top TV shows list, because we have the new Jon Faveru Star Wars live-action TV show coming out soon. We just found out it's called The Mandalorian. It's following a Mandalorian gunslinger at some point after Return of the Jedi, after the fall of the Empire, but before the rise of the First Order. So quite a few years, I'm assuming, before Force Awakens, which is really cool because besides a few things like some books and some comics, we haven't really touched that area, and that a long period of time is kind of just a bit of an open stretch that we really don't know too much about. Yes, I'm sure there was books and stuff that, you know, you could read on Leia and Han's exploits during that time, but just visually, we haven't seen much of that time period. We unfortunately don't seem it doesn't seem like we're gonna see too much of the New Republic, as it says in Jon Favreau's little explanation of the story. It's far from the authority of the New Republic, so we probably won't be seeing too much of it. However, just anything in this timeline, in this part of the timeline, seems like it'll be interesting to explore. There's a lot that happened during this time period that we still don't really understand, and we might get some more clarification in episode 9, but for the time being, we just really don't know too much about that time period. So we may very well, at some point, gain a little bit more insight into, you know, maybe we'll get a hint of what Luke's doing with his Jedi Academy. Maybe we'll hear a whisper from Leia and, you know, get a reference to her every once in a while. Depending on where in the timeline all of this lies, if it's closer to episode 6 than it is to episode 7, maybe we could have younger versions of our favorite characters pop up. You know, we have a younger Han Solo and a younger Lando Calrissian. We could maybe age them up for something. And, you know, I wouldn't put it too far past them being able to be on a show like this. While it's not a big budget movie or anything, it's a pretty big budget TV show. It has like $100 million budget for the whole show, so I think it's like $10 million per episode. That's talking like Game of Thrones level of production value. That's pretty big. And I expect no less, as this is probably one of the big things that Disney's going to use as a draw for their new streaming service. So yeah, I think it would be interesting to see some of our younger characters and see what they're up to at this point in time. Though while it would be cool to see it, I doubt they'll do it. I think they'll probably just try to stick to forming up this new character and building this other section of the Star Wars universe. Maybe later we might get, if this show does well, maybe we might get glimpses of things that are going on outside of, you know, Mandalorian in this little section of the galaxy, but for the time being, it seems interesting. There's a lot of interesting directing choices. Taika Waititi is from Thor Ragnarok's going to be directing an episode. Dave Filoni's directing, I think, the first episode, which is interesting because I'm not sure how closely connected Star Wars Resistance is to, like, Star Wars Rebels, and Star Wars Rebels left on a bit of a cliffhanger. So will this show help pick up any of the slack? You know, Sabine is actually a Mandalorian herself, so will we see any inkling of her at any point in this show? Could we possibly get an Ahsoka Tano, a live-action version at any point in the show? That would be something that would be really cool, and you wouldn't really have to intersect with any of the films, you know, because we know Ahsoka Tano and Sabine are both, and Ezra Bridger are very possibly all existing in this current time period, as evidenced by the end of Star Wars Rebels. So we may very well be able to see some of these characters come through into the live action. You know, people have been saying, oh, I want a live action Ahsoka thing. This could be the chance to show that. Hell, there was a slight second where I actually thought Sabine could have been the Mandalorian, though there was rumors that Pedro Pascal from Narcos could have been him as well. And, you know, the picture that they released, you know, I mean, I guess it looks kind of like a dude, but, you know, it's like, that's armor, so it could also not be a dude. So it could be like a live-action version of Sabine that we're following. I have no idea. It seems pretty cool that we'll get to experience a badass in the Star Wars universe. I had a small inkling of hope that maybe this could be like a darker part of the Star Wars universe, and you know how you know the Daredevil and the rest of the Marvel Netflix shows are to the MCU. We could have had the same sort of thing here. I doubt they'll go in that direction, but it seems pretty cool that it's this lone gunslinger, and he's just, you know, he seems like a total badass warrior, so I'm looking forward to seeing how that works out. Guys, this seems like it's fixing up to be a really freaking dope show. I can't wait. I am so freaking psyched with the different directors that are so dope that are coming in, with all the possibilities for things that they could do inside this time period, and just the small description alone. I'm hyped, but that's just my opinion. I'm sure you guys got your own. Let me know in the comment section down below. What did you guys think of the announcement about the Mandalorian show? What are you guys thinking about some of the things? What are your theories about what could happen in the show? Let me know in the comment section down below. As always, you guys can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe. That's it for today, guys. I'm the Messiah. This is Messiah Entertainment. I will see you guys next time. Peace.